Hey, I'm Kelly, and I'm the Youth Services Librarian over at the Fitchburg Public Library. And today we are going to be making some ornaments. And this ornament is a craft stick snowman that would look cute on your tree, and it's very easy for kids to make. So for ease of use today, I'm going to be using a hot glue gun, but obviously for young children, hot glue guns are maybe not the best choice. So you can certainly also use regular glue. It just takes a little bit longer to dry. So we start with a craft stick, and I painted it white already just for ease of use, but it just takes any kind of paint. It might take a couple coats because it's a little bit thick with the wood. You also need some buttons. You need 6 buttons in total, 3 for each side because you have to decorate each side. And then you need a piece of ribbon. It can really be any color that you want. And that's to make the top of the ornament so it's able to hang from the tree. You also need a Sharpie or a black marker to make the eyes and the mouth, and some green and orange felt. Green, you can choose any color, I suppose. This is for the scarf. I just chose green because I think it's cute. So to get started, you take your craft stick and you start by gluing on the buttons. So, doesn't really matter what order they go on, however your child chooses. So, make sure that you pull off the strings. If you are using a hot glue gun, they always leave those strings, so to make it look better. So we have our buttons, and I already cut out a piece of felt for the scarf. So you're gonna want to kind of stagger the scarf so that one side is longer than the other, like such, a short side and a long side. And then glue that on. And voila, we have the scarf. To make it look a little bit more scarfy, I chose to cut the ends so it's kind of like little fringes. So you can do that for your child if they are not the appropriate age to use scissors, or they can do that themselves. There we go. Okay. So the scarf is done. So now we need to add the top of the ornament. So we're just gonna glue on one side of the ribbon on each side. So on the top side, and the bottom side. Although both sides will be decorated, so there won't be a top and a bottom, but just to make it look identical on both sides. And there we are. We're almost done. I also already cut out a nose out of the orange felt. So we glue on the nose before we do the mouth and the eyes, just so we can figure out spacing a little bit. And you can really cut out any kind of shape of nose. I just did a triangle. So now we're going to take our Sharpie and draw eyes and a mouth. You just draw dots for this part. So 2 eyes and a mouth. And here we have our beautiful snowman ornament. Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm the Youth Services Librarian over at the Fitchburg Public Library, and today we're going to be making hot chocolate reindeers. These are great to give as gifts to your neighbors or have your kids make them for their classmates. So this craft is very inexpensive to make. It's probably stuff that you already have at home. We're going to be using some storage size bags, some gallon size, hot chocolate, some mini marshmallows, googly eyes. Who doesn't have googly eyes at home? Some glue, although I'm going to be using hot glue just for ease of use, and some little pom-poms for the nose. So to get started, you're going to be taking your gallon-sized bag and cutting it. So you are going to be cutting it from corner to corner. And the product will end up looking like this. The best thing to use for this is piping bag. So if you have a piping bag at home, try that. But I thought I'd make it easier and more inexpensive to just use gallon-sized bags. So we're going to open up our bag and start putting in some chocolate. Ideally, this would be single serving size, but to make the reindeer a little bit more full, I'll add as much chocolate as I need. Just keep adding and kind of testing if that's enough. We probably need more. So I'll add a couple more scoops. And so now we have our hot chocolate. This might get kind of messy at home, but that's the fun part. So then you're going to take your marshmallows and add the marshmallows to the top, because everybody likes marshmallows with their hot chocolate. It doesn't really matter how many marshmallows you add. So there we have our insides of the reindeer. So then you're going to take your pipe cleaners, brown pipe cleaners, any color, for the antlers. And also, it's going to be closing the bag, so if you want to help the child, that would be ideal so it doesn't spill. So I'm just going to twist it a couple times and tighten it. Let's see which side's best. We'll use this side. So this will be the front of our reindeer. So then you're going to want to make the antlers curly like this guy's are. So you're going to take your finger or your child's finger and wrap the pipe cleaner around it. And then just sneak your finger out, and there are the antlers. So do it to the other side. And you don't have to make them look the same, because antlers really don't look the same anyways. But there we have our antlers. So now we're going to take our googly eyes and glue them on. We're almost done. So, like I said, you can use regular glue if you would wish, if it's easier for you and your child. There we have our eyes, and now I'll do my nose. I have to kind of look at it to see. Do the nose a little bit lower. All right, so there you have your hot chocolate reindeer. This would be, again, like I said, a great gift to bring to your neighbors or have your kids bring to their friends at school, and very inexpensive to make. Stop by the library or check out our website for upcoming events. Thank you. And today we're going to be making candy cane sleighs. This would also be a wonderful, wonderful gift to give to grandma or friends. So the point of this is to make it and give it as a gift. So for this craft, we're going to be needing candy canes. You can choose any color or size, and some Hershey bars. Holiday type, because then they have green and gold and silver Christmassy colors. And then if you have any like scrap ribbon around at home, then that would be great to use as the tie for the sleigh. And you also need a regular size Kit Kat bar. So this activity, you could use regular glue or you could use double stick tape. I'm using hot glue because I think that's the best and the easiest, but I understand if you have young children it might be difficult to use hot glue, but you can always help. So to get started, you're going to take your Kit Kat bar and kind of just eyeball how you want your sleigh to look. So I think that's about good. So I'll do one candy cane at a time. So I'm going to make a row of glue. Kind of have to add a lot for it to stick. And stick it on. This is definitely the hardest part of the whole thing, so that just shows you how easy it is to make. So there we have our first one. I'm going to line up the next one. That looks about right. And again, a line of glue on the other side. And then put your other one on. And hold it to make sure it stays. Okay. So now we have our sleigh. So now we're going to be adding our candy on top of it. So you're going to need 4 of a certain color, 3 of a certain color, 2, and then 1, all different colors to make it look the best that you can. So the first layer is 4 candy bars. So first you're gonna line them up like you did with the sleigh to just see where they're gonna be. So then you're gonna take your glue and just do a little line and glue your candy bar on. Make sure that the candy bar is centered. And then another line of glue and push them up as tight as you can to the next one. We're going to continue with that till we have all 4 glued on. And then we're going to do our next layer. We're going to take, and it's going to be right in the center of the 2 below it. You're going to put a little bit of glue on both sides of those candy bars. You don't have to worry about the glue wrecking the chocolate at all because there are such thick wrappers on these. So then that layer is done, and then you take your 2 more. And you can see how the colors look really nice. And finally, the one that you're going to have on top. So now the candy part is done. So we're almost done with the sleigh. I'm just gonna kind of take off the hot glue strings that end up when you use hot glue. So you're gonna take your ribbon. This one I've already kind of cut to size, but you'll have to have it a little bit longer than you think so that you don't run out of ribbon. I've also seen these with little mini holiday bows on top, and that looks very nice as well. So I'm going to just center it. doing this upside down. Center it on top and flip the sleigh over. Parents, this might be more of your job because it is kind of fragile with the candy canes on the bottom. So you're gonna wrap it around and then twist the bottom of it so that you can bring the ribbon up on the other side of the sleigh. And then you're going to tie your bow. And I'm just going to cut off the ends. And fluff up the bow. On this one, I did hot glue the ribbon down so it's very sturdy. This ribbon is not going anywhere. So now we have finished another candy cane sleigh. Really nice, even as decorations.